when my stepson knocked at midnight. I opened the door in my robe, and everything changed. It was nearly midnight when I heard the soft knock at my bedroom door. At first, I thought it was just the wind or the old pipes groaning. Our house had always made those kinds of noises late at night, but when I heard it again, 3 gentle taps, I sat up. I'd just gotten out of a hot shower and wrapped myself in my usual robe, damp hair falling across my shoulders. I didn't expect visitors, especially not at that hour. Then I heard the voice. "Lisa, are you awake?" It was Jason, my stepson. I hesitated for just a second before answering. "Yeah, come in." The door creaked open, and there he was, standing in the doorway wearing a worn gray t-shirt and basketball shorts. His feet were bare, and his eyes had that sleepy, glassy look. But behind them there was something more. He didn't look like a boy anymore. "Sorry," he said, his voice low. "I couldn't sleep." I offered a soft smile and motioned toward the bed. "Is everything okay?" He stepped inside and gently closed the door behind him. "Yeah, I don't know. I kept thinking. About stuff." Jason was 20 now, home for summer break after his 2nd year of college. When his father and I married 10 years ago, Jason had been a shy little boy who clung to my side after school and asked me to read bedtime stories. We grew close during those early years, but something shifted after the divorce 2 years ago. He stopped calling as often, pulled back. College had aged him, his voice deeper, his eyes sharper, shoulders broader. He was no longer the child I used to tuck in, and yet here he was again in my doorway at midnight, looking at me like he used to, almost. "You want to sit?" I asked. He nodded and came over, sitting on the edge of the bed. He didn't meet my eyes at first, just stared at the floor like something weighed on him. I adjusted the robe around my legs and pulled the covers slightly over me, trying to keep things feeling normal. "I couldn't stop thinking tonight," he said. "I guess I just needed to be near someone I trust." My chest tightened. "You know you can always come to me." He looked up and his eyes met mine. For a split second, it felt like the air in the room changed. He nodded slowly, then gave a small laugh, almost embarrassed. "This probably sounds weird, me being here like this." "Not at all," I said gently. "It's not the first time you've come to me at night, remember?" "Yeah," he smiled, then looked away again. "But back then I was just a kid. I guess I thought I'd grow out of needing people." "None of us grow out of that." A silence settled between us, not uncomfortable but heavy. He leaned back slightly, his hand brushing mine as it landed on the comforter. I didn't pull away. He didn't either. "You used to tuck me in," he said. "Every night, even when Dad would forget or fall asleep on the couch. You always made sure I felt safe." "I remember," I said softly. "You'd always ask for 2 hugs, never just one." He chuckled under his breath. "And you always gave them to me." I nodded, and for a moment I saw that younger version of him again, eyes wide, voice sweet. But it vanished quickly, replaced by the man sitting beside me now, his expression unreadable. He turned toward me, legs folding as he moved to sit more comfortably on the bed. I could feel the warmth of him beside me, the way the mattress shifted under his weight. "I missed this," he said, "being close. Not just with you, but this house, this room." I searched his face. "You've been quiet since you got back. I figured college changed things." "It did," he admitted. "It made me realize how easy it is to feel alone, even in a crowd." "And now?" I asked. He glanced down, then back at me. "Now I just want to feel what I used to feel. Safe. Seen." The vulnerability in his voice made something stir in me. Not desire, not yet, but a strange ache. Like I was seeing a boy become a man in real time and not sure where I was allowed to stand in that process. "You want to lie down?" I asked, not thinking. "Just rest? Like old times?" He hesitated, then gave a quiet yes. I pulled back the comforter and let him slide in next to me. We didn't touch. our bodies carefully aligned like we were aware of the boundaries and trying not to break them. But the silence between us felt full of something else. Something unspoken. "I don't want you to think I'm weird," he said after a few minutes. "Coming in here like this." "I don't," I said. "I think you needed someone, and I'm glad you came to me." His breath slowed. He was facing me now, our eyes just inches apart. "Do you ever think about what things would be like if you and Dad had stayed together?" he asked. I blinked. "Sometimes. But it wouldn't have worked. Not for me." He nodded. "I know. I saw how unhappy you were." Silence again. He stared at me for a long time. Then, so softly I almost missed it, he whispered, "I think that's why I always liked you more." The words hit me like a whisper across the skin. I didn't move, didn't answer, because deep down I think I always knew that. Knew that the bond we had wasn't just about being stepmother and stepson. It was something built out of time, comfort, loyalty, something I didn't want to name. His hand brushed mine again. This time he didn't pull back, and neither did I. "I know I'm not a kid anymore," he said, eyes locked on mine, "but I never stopped feeling close to you, even when I was trying not to." "Jason," I started, but the words dissolved. He moved slightly closer, our fingers now intertwined. The air between us thickened, full of everything we couldn't say. I could feel his breath on my face, warm and shallow. We were tiptoeing across a line neither of us should cross, but we weren't turning back either. "I just want to stay," he said. "I won't do anything. I just want to be here, with you." My heart was pounding so loudly I was sure he could hear it. I gave a slow nod. "Okay." We didn't sleep for a long time. Just lay there, side by side, connected by nothing but our fingers and the unspoken truth pulsing between us. I thought maybe it would fade by morning, that this was just one strange, charged moment born out of loneliness. But the next night he knocked again, and this time I didn't wait before saying yes.